Hello everyone, this is Jen Espinosa-Goswami. Thank you for joining me here on my page, Be Weightless. And I just wanted to hop on and talk a little bit about treats. I had posted this question in several different places on Facebook. Thank you everyone who joined me and commented on it. But I was asking folks, when you hear the word treat, what comes to your mind? And the majority of folks who weren't pet owners and said that they thought of their cat or their dog, I thought of my dog as well, Betsy. But for those of you who said something other than that, you thought most often of something sweet, such as chocolate, or something baked, such as muffins, donuts, or things that are really crumbly and tasty and probably have a million calories. So the majority of folks that I asked this question to thought of treat in the form of food, and not just any type of food, but a very specific type of food. And for anyone who has ever tried to lose weight or regain their health, whatever that may mean to you, one of the first things you focus on is what you eat. Clearly, eating a bunch of donuts and muffins and chocolate every day is not going to help you lose weight. It's just impossible to do, and I don't want to pretend like it's otherwise. The interesting thing is, though, not the type of food that treat is referencing, but our mental associations with what treats are and what they help us to do. So I'll share a story with you about my experiences with treats and how I was able to turn it from associated with food only to how I view treats today, and how you also can take my learnings and my experiences and apply it to your own situation. So when I was growing up, I was often treated with ice cream. So for example, if I got an A at school, which happened more often than not, hey, thank you for joining us live. I'm so glad you're here. Make sure to pop your comments underneath this video, invite your friends, click like. I'm so excited you're here. Now we're talking about treats, especially sweet treats, and how to switch our thinking from treats as food to something else. And I'm sharing my own personal story with this. When I was growing up, I earned a lot of A's in school, and the first thing my dad would say was, let's go to Dairy Queen and get a treat. You're doing so well. I'm so proud of you. You're doing a great job. Let's get a treat. And, I was an overweight kid and I enjoyed eating very much, so I didn't just stop at a tiny serving size ice cream cone. What I did was I got a huge blizzard with all the fixins and all the candy and all the deliciousness, right? Because it was a treat. I deserved it. Of course I deserved it. I worked hard. Now that's the first part of the mindset that needs to shift in order for you to really embrace change when it comes to your health. We tend to associate treats with food. And not just any type of food, but sweet food, candies and baked goods and ice cream and things of that nature. This was the pattern I had developed throughout my childhood. Anytime something went well, we got treats. For our birthdays, we got cake. For doing well in school, we got ice cream. If we won a game at volleyball or one of the sports we were in, we got treats. In our stockings every year, we got treats. And treats were always something sweet. Now, there were a couple people who did respond and say that their version of treat was a savory type of snack, but it was usually a little piece of something that they enjoy eating, and they probably feel a little bit of guilt around. It is a very difficult but very critical shift to go from thinking of treat as a food item to thinking of treat as a non-food item. And I want to share another story with you to give you an idea of how I was able to transition from treats as chocolate, like a Dairy Queen Blizzard, or treats as something else entirely. The first month I tried to lose weight, I was 100 pounds overweight, and I said, I need to make a change. I didn't know what that change looked like, and I was already practically addicted to food, most of it tasty food, and I had no interest in vegetables or fruits or really overhauling my diet. Sorry for the pause there, folks. So I had no interest in overhauling my diet, but I knew I needed to make a change. So what I decided to do was go treat-free for 1 month. That means no dessert. By this point, I had been eating some form of sweet treat after every meal, sometimes even breakfast. So I would have a bowl of cereal and I'd have a piece of chocolate. For lunch, I'd have a full sandwich with chips and then I would have a cookie. And for dinner, I would have a frozen pizza and then I would have ice cream sundae. So every single meal, I was having a treat. But what that tended to do was cheapen the experience of the treats I was eating. So I was eating it so regularly that it was no longer a treat in the sense of the word as a special momentary pleasure. It was a habit by that point. It was something I was doing consistently and continuously. So I was not getting as much pleasure out of them. It was more like I was doing it because it was something I had always been doing. So that first month when I was trying to lose weight, I wrote down everything I ate and I went treat-free for a month. And an interesting thing happened. Yes, it was torture for a while, but I got used to it. But by the end of the month, what happened was I didn't see dessert as a treat anymore. It just wasn't. Instead, it was a reward. And let me talk a little bit about the difference between treat and reward. So a treat is something small, something you might do a little bit every day, and it's something that takes a moment or two to enjoy. It's a momentary pleasure. They say a moment on the lips, forever on the hips. That's kind of what a treat falls into. A reward is more long-term and sustainable, and something that you might even look on as an experience or something that you really enjoyed or have some additional memories around it. So that first month when I had gone treat-free for a whole month, and at the end of the month I got a reward, not a treat, a reward. And this particular reward was called offering to the goddess. So it was still a sweet, it was a dessert, but it was the dessert to end all desserts. I mean, this was a huge plate with bananas, flambe. I could flambe s'mores right on my plate. It had graham crackers, it had chocolate sauce. It was basically like a big volcano of all sorts of yumminess. And I enjoyed that reward like nothing I've ever felt in my life before. Because it wasn't something I did every day. It was a very much a special occasion. And after I had that reward, I didn't feel the need to indulge in it every day, every week, or at all. I enjoyed it once and that was that. So I'm not saying that you have to go cold turkey on your treats. What I am saying is change your mindset around treats into being more of a reward. And this can backfire if you have struggles with doing this every day. So what I mean by that is if it's a reward, it happens once in a while, maybe once a month, maybe once a quarter, and it's something that you go all into. So for example, if you're trying to go sugar-free, if you're trying to go gluten-free, if you're trying to go completely free of something, stay as true to that as you possibly can, and yet allow yourself a reward. And that would be a one meal type of reward, not a full week, not a full month, not anything like that. That way, you're changing your mindset around what a treat is, right? I mean, it still might be food, but it's something that you have earned over a consistent period of time. It's something that you realize is going to happen and then will be done, and you no longer have to crave it. So that's an interesting mindset shift, right? It's not just that you're saying, oh, I deserve this, I deserve that. After a month of consistent effort towards your goal, you are being rewarded for your hard work. If you want to take a different approach to this, because the thought of going 1 month without having your favorite type of reward is torture for you, I totally feel you. I was there at 1.2. Corky, thank you. You like the idea of reward versus treat. Yeah, this is one thing that took me quite a while to really embrace, but it'll be very powerful for you when you're able to take this on for yourself. But if the feeling of going for 1 full month without your favorite reward is torture to you, I've got a solution for that as well. So treats are always food, right? Well, actually research shows that the types of treats that we enjoy, or the types of things that we remember as very special in our lives, are events or occasions. They're not the food, because the food lasts just a moment on our lips, right? Forever on our hips. It's not the food that we tend to associate with the best times. It is the experience. So if you can find non-food treats, a couple of examples that some folks have shared with me before are a manicure, a pedicure, going to the movies for a late night show. Try to remove popcorn and food from that idea. So whenever you can separate food from it, it's good. So if the movie is you always need to eat popcorn, do not use the movies as your treat. Take a long hot bath with some scented oils. That is a treat. Use that opportunity to create an experience for yourself. Maybe a treat is a setting. Maybe you're going to reward yourself with a new blanket for your bed because it's more comfortable and it has higher thread count. Do something that pampers you physically, but not having to do with your stomach. It's hard to do at first, but just try it for 1 week. Think of one treat that just makes you feel amazing, that has nothing to do with food. It could be a new book. It could be getting some new music for your iPod. It could be going to garden for a whole afternoon without worrying about anything else. Whatever that non-food treat is for you, own it, embrace it, work it, and enjoy it. And slowly, as you start doing more of that non-food treat, you will start replacing your eating habits with non-eating habits. That's the way it goes when you do it slowly and continuously, and you upgrade how you treat yourself, and you treat yourself as a special person who has needs other than hunger and other than stuffing your face with chocolate. You treat yourself better in all areas of your life. It's not just about how you eat, it's also about how you move. If you spend an afternoon gardening as one of your treats, you'll be more likely to go out in the sunshine. You'll be more likely to enjoy a walk with your dog. Things like that, which you took for granted before, you'll become more aware of those as avenues for your treat. Maybe you like to color. Coloring is one of my pleasures because it's kind of meditative for me, and I'm not a person who likes to sit still, but I like to provide color and to add something to the world, even if it's a small little piece of my world, like a piece of paper. That is a special treat for me. And I can say that using these techniques today, when it's late at night and I'm getting the munchies and I'm all by myself and I'm tempted to indulge in something, more likely than not, I will not indulge in food. This also counts for alcohol. So if you're someone who likes to drink a lot of alcohol, no judgment here. You know, happy hour happens every day at 5 o'clock somewhere, right? You can still enjoy your alcohol. However, I have worked with clients to reduce their alcohol intake as well. So the way I recommend that is to wean yourself off of alcohol by having 1 full glass of water after every drink you have. That helps you to stay hydrated and also removes the importance of putting liquor in your cup. It shows the importance of putting some sort of liquid in your cup, but not necessarily liquor. So you still have the hand-to-mouth feeling of drinking, but you're not taking in those excess calories from the alcohol. So that's a very gentle way for you to wean yourself off without feeling like you're being deprived. Now, we talked today about important things, the idea of treat versus reward, which Corky enjoyed very much. Thank you, Corky, for chiming in. Thank you for joining today on Facebook Live. I will be doing additional live videos next week. And I want to hear from you. What do you want to hear about? What is it that you're struggling with right now? I would love to address that and share it with you and your friends and anyone in my community, because if it benefits you, I guarantee it's going to benefit someone else. Also, there's a special treat I have offering to you. It has nothing to do with food. It's going on my website next week. I'm super excited. It's called the Happy Healthy Woman Giveaway, and it's going live on Monday, August 8th. So I highly encourage you to check out my website. I'll drop my website link in the comments there. On Monday, August 8th, my treat to you is the Happy Healthy Woman Giveaway. This is over $900 worth of free awesomeness for you to help you get healthier, happier, look younger, rock your closet out. I mean, it's everything that you need. My favorite resources in the Twin Cities to get you happy and healthy again. I have also donated some of my health coaching. I mean, you really can't miss this giveaway. It's going live on my website on Monday. My website is weightlesschronicles.com. I'd be so excited and honored to see you join that giveaway and share it with your friends. Until next week, my friends, I will be going live on Facebook on next Tuesday afternoon. Also, I'll be sharing more details about who donated to my giveaway, my Happy Healthy Woman giveaway next week. Until then, enjoy your weekend and make sure that when you approach a treat, it's a treat that really fuels what you need in that moment and it makes you feel good. To your health. We'll talk soon. This is Jen. Take care.